Greetings and salutations all. Ava Vixion here, coming to you from my writing castle, aka reading nook. Figured today might be a little bit of a read-along. Thinking I might read a chapter from my urban fantasy, They All Fall Down, a little award-winning book going on here. So, got a question for you all. Just curious, what's on your minds? If you had the chance, the opportunity to right some wrongs, some grievous wrongs, without getting caught, would you do it? It's a moral question. Could your conscience handle it? Well, tell you what, to find out if Kira could handle it, you're going to have to buy the book, read the story. Now, for those of you who are new to my book series, They All Fall Down is an urban fantasy, and the follow-up, Reaper's Revenge, will be available in 2017. Now, I also write paranormal romance, which is aka dark fantasy, the League of Guardians series, and the book order for that is Darkest Before Dawn, Rising Sun, Crystalline Dreams, and then Avenging the Night, which should be available the tail end of 2017, with a plethora of books in that series to come. Oh yes. And there's a couple novellas being thrown in there with some surprise characters for those of you chomping at the bit, messaging me. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. So, I'm going to take a little moment, a little commercial break here for a moment, and throw in there that I'm a big supporter of mom and pop businesses, friends who are trying to grow their businesses. So if you're loving this eye look, and I consider this my Reaper look, see, I even got my little candy skull earrings going on, yeah, cute, and my cute little eye makeup and everything, I call this my Reaper look. It's unique makeup, all mineral makeup, my Addiction 2 palette. Look at all these gorgeous colors. Gorgeous! Go see my crack dealer, aka makeup dealer, Mel Yeton, at sassylashesbymel.com. Girl will hook you up and you will be gorgeous. So, go support your local businesses, people. That's what makes our country great. Just saying. Okay, now, back to the business of books. I hope you all are prepared. How about we start with Chapter 1. And if you like this video, let me know, because I need to know if I should be making more of these, or if I need to be doing antic videos, if I need to do some really crazy stuff, like jumping off the roof into the pool. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I like my life. Not going to do that. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. More vlogs. And if you would like to follow up on my blog, just go to avavixion.com. You will find buy links there, as well as in the comments below this video. And on occasion, on Facebook, Twitter, and on my website, you will see contests that I run for free ebook copies and print copies and t-shirts and mugs and all kinds of stuff, you know, whatever I feel like giving away that day or that month or whatever. So definitely follow me. Be a cyber stalker, but don't be creepy about it, because I don't like creeps. But definitely be funny about it, because I like funny people and good people. And definitely share the videos. The more you share, the more I know you care. Okay, so back to They All Fall Down. Let's get our Reaper on, folks. What do you say? Chapter 1, The Call. Honey, are you doing okay? This was a $64 million question. Leaning back against the dust-covered cinder block wall, I shoved my glasses up and rubbed at my burning eyes. After 12 straight hours of riding from El Paso to the Four Corners, I didn't know which was more numb, my head or my ass. Nora heard the exhaustion in my sigh and is worried about me as usual. I can't blame her. I haven't been okay since the day I lost Chase. Kira, she said, why don't you go to the cabin for a little while? I can meet you there if you like. What can I say about Nora? She's the mother I'd always dreamed of. From the first day I met her, Chase's mom had always considered me one of her own. Thanks, I replied, but you know why I can't. It's too dangerous for you guys, and I won't let you risk yourselves for me. I let this thought sink in for a long moment before telling her the news. It'd been a good 6, maybe 7 months since I'd seen her. I knew it was taking its toll. I'm so close to finishing this. I kicked off the wall and walked back to my Ducati on the ridge that overlooked the vast wasteland. For some reason, it resonated within me. This barren land, as far as the eye could see, held a certain beauty in its absence of my life. The solitary profession is not one many could handle. I believe it's the reason Nora, being a nurse, had a hard time letting me go. I hated what this was doing to Chase's family, alienating them while I hunted down criminals, though I suppose it's more accurate to say, my prey. Criminals can be reformed, or so the justice system would have you believe. No, the men I hunt are animals who kill for the pleasure of it. I swallowed down my distaste and refocused on the person who needed me. How's everyone doing? I asked into the phone. In my heart I missed them, and when I couldn't sleep, which was often, I wished life had dealt me a different hand. A few seconds passed. She'd fallen quiet. I listened carefully, her soft sniffling twisting my stomach into knots. Mom? I'm fine, honey. It's just, with the anniversary, I blew out another curse and raked my fingers through my tangled hair. Yeah, I knew exactly how Nora felt. The grief we shared was our bond. I resolved to stay solid, to bury my emotional turmoil so far underground China would taste it. Nora, on the other hand, was kind and gentle woman who wore her grief without shame, without pity. It was what it was. Palming the butt of my Sig Sauer P217, I felt the swelling desire to hunt down the vilest of beings. It had taken root the day I watched the love of my life get brutally killed. In an instant, it had shifted my heart's tenderness into seek and destroy mode. I'd lost all sense of who I was and my purpose upon this earth. I know, Mom. I promise you, I'll do whatever it takes to finish this. Damn right I would. The liquid fire that pushed through my veins, pushed death through my body cells, stretching out my paternal senses miles wide to tune into my prey's current location. It was time to move out, though my gut was telling me Nora wasn't ready to say goodbye. But then again, she never was. I swung my leg over the seat of my bike and settled in. It was a beast, my black Ducati 848, capable of 0 to rip your skin off in 3.2 seconds, and the last gift Chase had ever given me. I tried not to smile as I fingered the details, stroked the amethyst flames on the tank. It was the reminder I needed to keep me ever vigilant. Listen, I said, I've got to get on the road before night falls. I'll check in when I'm done. Kira, wait! There's something I need to tell you first, Nora said, her tone spiked with apprehension. Never a good sign when Nora immediately fell silent. But she didn't need to tell me what the something was. I'd spent the last 7 months hunting down criminals, and in my line of work, someone's always sniffed around looking for you. It's all right, I said. What did Holdstein have to say this time? 3 months into my mission, Texas Ranger Leo Holdstein had shown up at the Petersons' door. Holdstein, a veteran on the force, a hard ass with a shrewd stare capable of cutting a perpetrator to ribbons. In other words, a man you wouldn't want tracking you down, at least from what the news report said. Now, he was searching for me on suspicion of murder and as a possible kidnapping victim. When he started investigating me, he'd found no tangible proof linking me to any deaths. How could he? The men I sought were long dead before I'd set out after them, even if the rest of the world hadn't known it. And with the help of a few key people, I'd disappeared from sight. Keeping Holdstein constantly in the dark was a pain in the ass. The man was equal parts bloodhound and python. Once he caught your scent, he wouldn't stop until he had you locked up. He wanted to know if we'd heard from you, or knew where you were, said Nora. Most people would be shitting their pants, afraid those they'd love would give out the information. But not me. Nora and Charlie have protected my secret at all costs, and I kept on delivering justice to those deserving punishment. And when was the last time I saw you? She added. I sank deeper into the seat of deliverance and pulled out a water bottle from the saddle pack. What did you tell him? I asked. The desert dehydrates you when you least expect it. I licked my lips, tilted the bottle back, and drank, waiting for Nora to speak. Well, she finally replied. I figured he'd come back, so I kept to the truth. I hadn't heard from you, and I didn't know where you were. Now he's looking into Seth as a possible suspect in your abduction. And Casey called. He'd gotten in touch with her, too. But she didn't say anything. Kira, what are you going to do after this? Randomly showing up after months on the missing persons list isn't going to look good. I'd considered my future during the long drive. The endless miles gave me time to think through all the details. Bad enough Nora and Charlie were involved. Last thing I wanted was for Casey and Corey to know. The answer to her question would break her heart. I didn't intend to return to Scarsdale, to the Petersons' house, or anywhere in particular. My destiny was both unknown and unwritten. How long has she known? I asked. Not long. The twins won't crack. You know how stubborn they are. She had a point. Casey and Corey held secrets better than Fort Knox. Now, she said, do you need any money? True to Nora, she always looked out for me. I hadn't touched my regular bank account since I'd disappeared, to purposely throw off any suspicion. A secondary account and untraceable prepaid cards funded my mission. No, I'm good. Thank you, and thank Charlie for doing this. I know it doesn't change things, but I can't live knowing they'd gotten away with what they'd done. I used to be so innocent, naive even. Never thought violence could reach me or hurt the people I love, but it had, and it had changed me forever. Listen, Nora, can you do me a favor? Sure, honey, anything, just name it. How could she love me as much as she does, knowing what I had done? Still can't wrap my head around it. Granted, I'd never given either of them any details, only text Nora's prepaid cell phone one code word. When another one had fallen. Reaper. It's not rocket science, just a word spelled backwards. Effective. As for the prepaids, Nora had watched enough crime dramas and Sons of Anarchy to see the value in them. Nothing could get traced back to them or me. And keeping them safe from the likes of Holdstein, the sheriff, or anyone else searching for me was my top concern. Please don't ever forget how much I love you and Charlie, Cody, and Casey, I told her. Truth was, returning to Texas, after I'd finished hunting down the last dead man walking, didn't seem right anymore. I guess you might say I'd found my niche in life. You're the family I've always dreamed of belonging to. Thank you for making me feel like one of the Peterson clan. Hopefully she hadn't heard the tremor in my voice as I tried to steady my emotions. They had no place in my new life, and letting them out was dangerous. Kira, you are and always will be a part of this family, said Nora. Since the day Chase brought you home to meet us, I knew there'd be no one else for him. Thank you for making him so happy. Charlie and I owe you for all you've done for our family. Each word tightened the knot in my stomach, and my throat closed, choking off the tears. I'd spent the better part of my life bouncing around from one foster home to another until I turned 18 and went off to college. Before I'd met Chase and his family, I had no idea what family truly meant. I wiped away a trail of wetness dampening my cheek. I had to end the call before I broke down and crumpled to the ground. I have to go, Nora. I love you. Wait, Kira! Nora was famous for continuing conversations as long as possible, and this one was no exception. I found your ring, she said. What do you want me to do with it? Spying my naked left ring finger, I missed wearing my ring, but it, too, had no place in my new life. Once I'd finished what I'd set out to do, I'd become a memory to the family I longed for. Keep it safe for us, I murmured, as the weight of my burden settled over my bones. Shoving the half-empty water bottle back into the saddle pack, I slipped my sunglasses on, ready for the road again. "The day he proposed to you was one of the happiest days of my life," said Nora. "I know he'd want you to find happiness again, Kira." It had been the best day of my life, too, and I knew Nora was right about Chase wanting me to move on. But I couldn't. Not as long as those dead men walked the earth. "Mine as well. I love you, Mom." Then before she could say another word, I ended the call, dropped the phone to the ground, and stomped the shit out of it until its internal components busted through the plastic. I couldn't risk any more distractions. Nora would receive one final text from a burner phone, and then I'd disappear for good. Reaching for my helmet that sported matching designs to my motorcycle, I smiled at one of the few fond memories I'd fought to hold on to. The Christmas I'd received my helmet from Chase had been the same day he'd proposed to me. Now I pushed my head inside the same helmet and cranked the Ducati's engine, its subtle purr vibrating through my body as I kicked up the stand. Too many miles lay between my prey and me. Too many damned miles where my mind would have nothing to do but reminisce about better times. The only way to understand where I was going was to look back at where I had been. And with Nora having stirred up my recollections, that's exactly what I intended to do. I revved the engine and left another piece of myself behind at that deserted gas station. Every life I took, in the name of justice and vengeance, stripped away another layer of who I used to be, leaving only scars of days gone by etched into my memories. Giving in, I cut open one particular scar and, as I rode, allowed my mind to drift back to 2 Christmases ago. I might have been the Reaper, but even death had a past to face. They All Fall Down, available at Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, Books A Million, iTunes, Kobo, Smashwords, anywhere you can find it on online retailers, and soon to be in brick and mortar stores if I have my way. Okay, with that said, go check out my website, www.avavixon.com. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, LinkedIn, social media. What the heck? Go check me out. All right, guys. If there's anything in particular you would like to see, would like me to read, just fill me in. Let me know. I am thinking about maybe doing a contest. If there's something in particular you would like me to put out there, whether it's signed copies, t-shirts, perhaps a really cool mug that I've had printed up with the League of Guardian covers on it, please let me know in the comments below, and I will be talking to you all soon. Okay, with that said, goodbye, guys. Sending mad love. Mwah!